Hey yo, it's your boy Amiri back with another bang of the Fresh Prince of Zamunda. Yeah, this is series 1. It's all about surprise videos. You lot request them, you lot give them to me, and I watch them, and then we watch them together. You see what I'm saying? I got my top producer in the building. We're working hard. Hardest 2 in the building. We're gonna have a video coming up right about here. See? So yeah, before we start, click that like, click that subscribe. Let me know if you're loving my vibes. Let me know what I could do to change and improve and stuff like that. I got my popcorn here. If it's interesting, I will pop it. It's sorted for any haters. I got my juice. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Already. If you like me, subscribe.
These partygoers are scammers.
Oh
They
shit.
work for an organized crime group known as Milton.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. This is like, whoever gave this to me, props to you. Because this is my kind of, you know what I'm gonna say? I like stuff where I'm learning and it's not the ordinary stuff like everyone else, bro. Like, this is what I'm just saying. Yo! So we're talking about happiness. What are we talking about?
They've taken hundreds of millions from victims.
Jeez.
And now they're celebrating.
Yo.
The scammers make so much, they can afford expensive sponsorship deals to make their brands look reputable.
Yo.
The fact that they sponsored Leeds Football Club.
Hey, what scammers actually sponsor a professional football team?
Took them as being a proper investment platform. They just want to take your money off you.
Bro, this is what I'm talking about. This popcorn bring out, bro. I don't care. Flingers, bruv. Flingers. This is getting interesting. See what you got to say.
There were tens of thousands of victims across the world. A lot of these people were just like the rest of us. They're no smarter, no dumber.
There was never any chance for all those customers. It's all a lie.
I'll go undercover to find out how they convince people to invest.
How are you, darling? How is everything going?
We team up with a man who's been on the inside.
My life changed radically. I have to hide now and think about security.
We join Europol raids on call centers selling the scam.
You don't understand anything I'm saying, even though you just responded to me in perfect English. Oh, did you know that this was a scam? No.
And we travel to the former Soviet states, where it all began. Hi, Simona.
I know who this guy is.
Let's just call him Mr. Red.
Oh, God. So, already, a BBC documentary talking about scams on another part of the world. Talk about hair, man.
It took us over a year to peel back the layers of shell companies hidden offshore to identify for the first time the big fish we believe are getting rich on misery.
Losing $30,000 to a bunch of scammers, I was absolutely devastated by it.
Why, what did you do? $1 billion. It's a lot.
Hello? Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, this is Jen. Who's this?
My name is Simona Wineglass, and I'm an investigative reporter. And I think I'm about to be scammed.
80% of my clients here started the same like you. They don't have any experience also in trading.
Wait, what?
And I think I'm about to be scammed.
80% of my clients here started the same like you. They don't have any experience also in trading.
Okay.
I'm pretending to be a school teacher called Jen, and I've signed up to a number of trading platforms to see how this scam works.
So, already, we're talking about trading. You see, the thing about trading, 90-something% of people lose money anyway because they don't know what they're doing. Certain man don't have a stop loss, certain man bet against the trend, certain man don't know about lot sizes, certain man are using old school techniques that don't work no more, certain man are betting, over betting, certain man are not even waking up for the right time zones to get the best momentum and the best volatility in the market. So man, I'm losing money anyway, yeah? Almost everyone loses the money anyway because they're gambling. Learn about trading so you don't have to gamble, you know?
Software we're going to scan and analyze the 5 major assets in the financial market 24 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Sounds fantastic. Software like this normally costs a fortune, but can I trust her?
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling you from London, UK.
Oh, you're calling, but you have such an interesting accent. Where?
I hate you lot. You have such an interesting accent. Suck your mother. What does the accent sound like? I'm right here in England, but what does that accent sound like? Suck or no munda? That's what I hate, bro. It's the undertones of it. Oh, you don't sound like you're from England? How? How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? How do you know?
From originally?
Well, basically, I'm not from UK. I'm just migrated here because of this job. We will be going to give you a senior account manager who can teach you how to use the software successfully and show you how much profit you can make on a weekly basis. Okay?
Why wouldn't you just use TradingView or something?
I know all about call center
Cool.
scams. I've been investigating them for years. Now, I'm posing as a teacher who wants to make some extra income to help pay the bills. I'm pretending to be Canadian, as the scammers don't call Americans like me. Because here in Washington, D.C., a team of prosecutors successfully brought down one such scam, sending the woman running it to prison for 22 years.
How big was the problem at the time when you started investigating? Like, why did you even take it on?
Just in the handful of organizations that we were focusing on initially, there were tens of thousands of victims across the world. I mean, there was one victim who had reported losing $400,000. A lot of these people were just like, any of the rest of us. They're no smarter, no dumber, professionals. Quite a few people who worked for the government had long careers in the government who ended up being defrauded by scams like this.
3 years ago, I was part of an international investigation with the Swedish newspaper Dagens Nyheter. For the first time, we revealed the existence of a criminal group called Milton. Now, I want to expose the senior men really behind it. Back then, we discovered Milton's front line were scam call centers, where hundreds of young people in Eastern Europe are recruited with promises of big money and a little luxury. For each new victim, they receive a bonus and a hefty percentage of the money they persuade them to invest. Then, the investigation had an undercover mole employed in a Milton call center in Kyiv, Ukraine. When the investigation came out, he went into witness protection. We tracked him down to see if he could help us go further and identify the masterminds behind the scams. We have to protect Alex's identity. We've changed his name and voice. He's paid a heavy price for going up against the criminals in the Milton Group, and now has to live in a secret location away from friends and family. Despite the risks, he's determined the criminals see justice. I hope that with his inside knowledge, we'll be able to piece together the clues to reveal how the criminals work.
You know. Just tell her.
During those months, when you were undercover, were you ever scared?
Yes, I was terrified of getting caught. It was very stressful, psychologically. I decided to stay there just to discover for public about this crime and to help police get evidence.
So even though there was a huge expose involving dozens of newspapers around the world, Milton Group is still operating.
Yes, they're still operating, and they started to make bigger money.
As a student in Russia, Alex was trained in cryptography. He's now using those skills to follow the money. In your estimation, how much money has the Milton Group made since it started?
About 1 billion.
About $1 billion.
since 2017.
What?
You're saying 100% of people lost money, meaning they lost at least some of their money?
Yes, not a single cent went into a real trade.
What happened to the money once people deposited in their account?
Victims think that they have a real account with the company, but there is not really any trading, just a simulation.
What?
Fraud is larger than it's ever been. Last year, victims reported losing £4 billion in the United Kingdom. Most people never come forward.
Damn. So what is that the scam then? So they take your money, they act like they open a trading account for you, a brokerage, and then they show you like the free trial. The simulation charts, which to me sounds so mad, because if I wanted to trade, I'll just go trade them 2-on-2 or lock up 4 or 5, you know?
Oh, here we go. Hi, this is Jen.
Hi, Jen. This is Patrick.
Oh, I'm so glad we're finally speaking.
With Alex's help, I'm now talking to the Milton scammers. Patrick works for one of their brands, Koinivo.
How are you, darling? How is everything going? I wish all the best for him and you too, darling.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So how is your day for today?
I want to see what sort of promises they make to persuade me to invest.
How much money do you think I could make in a month doing this?
When it comes to $500, getting something like 70 or 80% or 90% is the return. Not each just 1 month, but the best can happen in 1 single day. You can.
These kind of returns are impossible to promise.
Bro. I'm saying it now, whoever got scammed, they deserve to get scammed.
To show how the scam works, I deposit $500 in Bitcoin and agree on another time to talk to Patrick. The Milton Group has thousands of victims. Many lose much more than the BBC is allowing me to put in.
I'm just gonna
Bruv, how can you say that, man? That doesn't even make sense. Right, please, allow me. I'm taking £500 and I'm giving you 30% returns. In a month.
the money to you. Okay, 1 second.
And they're saying that they're gonna do it for everyone.
I'm on my way to meet Londoner Barry Burnett, who started making £10 trades after signing up with a prominent Milton brand, EverFX. When he saw how well his portfolio appeared to be doing, he invested more. He told us he let his trading advisor take control of his computer and trade for him. This should never happen.
I know.
Then he started losing money. And this is when the Milton fraudsters asked him to invest even more.
Put some more money in, yeah? Double up. If you put £25,000 in, then you can wipe out your losses and make a profit. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. I just want to just bring my losses down to a manageable amount, and I want to get out. And I must have got at least half a dozen calls from half a dozen individuals in the space of about 2 hours. My phone just kept on blowing up, begging me basically to put some more money in.
Barry says he lost over £10,000. His experience fits a pattern.
What if I told you that we've spoken to insiders at the company and they told us it was all a scam?
I am horrified. I'm numb. I can't believe this because I was never really going to get that back. So I could almost think that the moment I put that 10 grand in the account, that was it. It was just gone, you know? It's disgusting on every level. You know, it just makes me sick to think about it, to be honest. Yeah. I can just imagine the misery they've inflicted on other people's lives.
So how do these companies pull it off? How do they get so many people to trust them?
People are dumb, that's why.
The brand Barry used, EverFX, became established through a high-profile sponsorship deal with one of Europe's biggest football clubs, Sevilla FC. It's match day. Two of Spain's biggest clubs are playing their local derby. Over 2 years, the Milton Group spent an estimated 7 million euros with Sevilla FC to promote their brand EverFX, including glossy promo videos like this. Sevilla even used some of their biggest players to unwittingly sell Milton's brand.
I didn't know much about trading, but EverFX taught me everything I needed to know. Forex and football are both unpredictable industries, but these guys have all the necessary material to help out new traders like myself. So thank you, EverFX.
EverFX, main global sponsor of Sevilla Football Club.
Their sponsorship deal finished soon after the UK's Financial Conduct Authority banned EverFX, but not before they had ripped off 17,000 investors in Spain alone. Lots of the club's fans know people who have lost money on these scams.
Tenemos que exigirnos un mínimo de conocimiento y de decencia, porque el hecho de que una marca se asocie a nuestro club también.
Please, guys. I'm not giving you financial advice, but please use a reputable broker. Reputable. Not some back-of-yard broker from God knows where that's on a Seville t-shirt, bruv. I don't care if you're on there, bro. I need to watch your back end. Or your front end.
Nos daña.
I need to know about trading even before I trade.
Hey, Mark. I'm good. I'm in Seville. On a side street, I went to talk to someone who also investigates these scams. Mark Solomons works for an Australian investigations firm that tries to get money back for victims.
The thing with Milton Group is that they tend to they'll hit people up for a certain amount and then they move on, and they kind of like to work in bulk.
I mean, the EverFX logo, it's hard to imagine that most of the fans haven't been exposed to it.
It must be because it's giving them access to a particular demographic that's maybe prone to gambling.
The brand awareness that these deals generate is essential in making these scams appear reputable. We found that 40% of the English Premiership signed sponsorship deals with suspected scam brands outside the Milton Group. This includes Chelsea, Everton, Fulham, Leeds, Liverpool, Manchester City, Southampton, and Tottenham. They were all either investigated by regulators, fined by regulators, investigated by police, or banned by the Financial Conduct Authority, including FXVC, who sponsored Leeds United until 2021, when they were banned by the Financial Conduct Authority. While Leeds made promos like this, FXVC scammed hundreds of thousands of pounds while using its sponsorship to look legitimate.
But that thing just looks dodgy. Trade up your future. They're actually telling you.
The idea that we've been manipulated by a company like that would really make me sick to my stomach.
Quite upset because it was. Bro, English people piss me off so much. It makes me sick to my stomach. I'm so horrified. I'm so flabbergasted. Bro, just say I'm pissed off.
Heavily advertised as well, and it was also you could do it off the website as well. So not very happy, to be honest.
Yeah. After seeing that FXVC sponsored Leeds United, Phil and Joyce invested £1,000 with them. The call center soon got to work.
His words to me were, "I will take care of you as though you were my own mother." One of the main things he was saying, "Phil, you do realise you're going to be a millionaire."
Despite the extraordinary promises,
by putting in 1,000,
the couple say they believed FXVC was a reputable trading platform.
Why would they allow that sort of company to support Leeds United, a Premiership football club? Why?
Because they paid money?
It just doesn't make sense to me. So I took it at face value that they were a good, reputable company.
Phil invested more, betting £100,000 that the price of Bitcoin would go up, and his account showed an £85,000 profit in a weekend. So they put in more, and more.
He said all along that you can have your money out. There's no problem to have your money out whenever you want.
But when they started losing money, their account manager told them their balance had fallen below a threshold. So to get their remaining money out, they would have to put more in. So they did, and then lost it all.
We had lost.
Bruh? In order for you to get your money, you need to put more money in. Come on, you idiots.
£341,000 within 7 days.
They don't care who they hurt. They don't care who they take money off. They don't care.
You're an idiot. You handed over 300k to strangers.
I was really deeply distraught over it, and I knew he would be humiliated and ashamed. He literally hung on to me that day, just apologising and saying, I'm sorry, I was stupid.
Leeds United have got a duty of care to make sure the people they're associated with are legitimate companies.
Get out of here, man.
Doing these sort of scams.
You bloody loser. You loser. You support Leeds. You're a loser. Oh, Man United supporter, by the way. I'm joking.
Leeds United told us, as soon as we were made aware that FXVC had lost their licence, the agreement was terminated.
Right, why are you blaming Leeds and they got a licence? They got a licence to trade. Why are you blaming Leeds? Leeds is just getting paid, bro. Nothing to do with Leeds, bro. Leeds didn't tell you to go and gamble with them, yeah? Because at the end of the day, the way how I see trading, yeah, if you got £300,000 worth of in a trading account and you have a stop loss, there's no way you're losing that, bruv. None. The leverage, no.
FXVC denied any wrongdoing.
You were gambling.
And told us they fully complied with the ruling by the FCA. The Premier League clubs that responded said deals were ended early, were not renewed, or that allegations against the potential scam companies only came after the sponsorship deals had ended.
Yeah.
And Seville FC told us that once the contract ended, there was no more contact with EverFX.
While these shiny videos may be history, no one to date from EverFX or FXVC has been
no one, you know,
prosecuted for these scams. One of the reasons is that criminal investigations are highly complex, expensive, and the scammers seem to always be one step ahead. In Britain, none of the victims we've spoken to have had their cases pursued by the police.
Crazy. But they want to come on the block and see you with your £10 of weed, yeah? And jack you up and incriminate you. Stop you from pursuing a future in certain professions because you have a little bit of dust on you. But here now, you could rob £1 billion. £1 billion because you're wearing a white shirt on and a white tie. £1 billion. Hear what they said. Hear what they said.
In Britain, none of the victims we've spoken to
None of them
have had their cases pursued by the police. Oliver Bullough was a reporter in the former Soviet Union, but now writes about money laundering and the offshore world.
Obviously, someone's hand is getting creased.
Am I surprised to hear that the British police have done nothing about these reports? No, that is wearily familiar. If you're famous, they'll take an interest. But if it's just, Mr. and Mrs. Smith have lost their retirement savings, 40 grand, 50 grand, 60 grand, yeah, send in a report and nothing will happen.
Oliver believes that the scammers hide behind a complex series of offshore companies to protect their true identity.
If you are coming at it as an investigative journalist, or more likely as a law enforcement agent, you have to go to every one of those jurisdictions, write them a letter, a formal process, and then receive information about the ownership of that company. That may take you 6 months, it may take you a year, it may not be possible at all. So the point of the complexity is to make things incomprehensible and essentially to try and force other people just to give up.
I'm not about to give up, but I do need some help. In a sleepy town in Germany, I've heard the fight back against Milton is underway. It's an unlikely hub for the high-tech fight against the scammers.
No one cares, woman.
The cybercrime unit here, in contrast to the UK, is making arrests across Europe and beyond.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to Bamberg.
Thank you.
Using digital techniques, the team can follow the crime through the dark portals of the deepest parts of the internet and chase down those perpetrating it. It's directed by public prosecutors, methodically gathering evidence and forensically tracing the huge sums of money it generates.
They are operating like professional, legal companies, and that's what we say, this is organized crime.
And how much money are some of these larger organized crime groups bringing in?
Probably hundreds of millions per year.
Investigating financial scams like these means following the money.
So let's say we have one victim of whatever platform, and we know he transferred his money to this bank account of whatever company here in Germany. And then we have all the transactions of the company, of the bank account, and we see there are so many other victims from Germany and Austria and Great Britain and France who all send their money on this bank account.
$1 billion, you know. I don't think you'll understand. 1,000 million, bruv. Just think about all the people in the hood that get arrested for crap, or they're quick to come in the hood and tell you something, bro. This is what I mean about the British police, bro. You got foreign police investigating British citizens for doing crimes in Britain, bro. That's how whatless these men are. You call them to do something for you, you lost your phone or something, and your phone gets pulled out of your hand, and these men are please write a report. You got a little calf, they want to run up in there and take everything and lock up who they want to lock up, bro. You're doing your little side business, they want to come for you. Not nobody, you know, not scamming nobody, you know. Legit business, you know. They want to come for you. Illegal immigrant inside of a shop in the back working. They want to come for him. But the £1 billion white tie guy, the white collar guy, nah, you can't go for him.
Those cases are still unreported.
You see? What did he say?
All send their money on this bank account, but those cases are still unreported. And
that's what I'm confused about. I'm literally confused.
Our biggest problem is that we only see the reported cases.
Their investigation is making headway. Last year, they seized these assets from another criminal group who also operated investment scams.
Don't worry about the other criminal group. What about the Miltons, them, man? You know who they are. Go for them.
But the methodical gathering of evidence takes years.
It's a joke.
Very beginning, we weren't sure at all whether we will identify any suspects and that there will be any arrest ever. But after 3 years, we see there are dozens of arrests, and we were able to identify really huge networks of scammers.
I wanted to know if the process...
I wonder if that was from the, you know, the phone thing that they had, where they had the back door through the phone thing, and they caught bare people, just like shotters, murderers, thieves. Everyone was on trying to use the, well, it's slipping my mind now what you call the phone, but if you remember, put it down there. But yeah, this is mad, bro. Like, you know, sometimes it just works you up, just like, I don't even know what to say, bro. Sky, it's like, bruv, $1 billion, you know.
Prosecutors were aware of who was behind the Milton Group, so I had to ask.
Who are the big bosses of the Milton Group?
No comment.
No comment.
Good evening. Hi.
It's Anton from Carnival. I'm speaking with Madam or Mrs. Jennifer Preston.
Yes, you are. You're speaking with Jen.
Okay. Hi, Jen. I am Anton Medici. I'm calling you from England.
I've been passed up the chain to a retention manager. It's the same job that Alex had while working in the call center in Ukraine. Then he sold a few different brands, but he has since discovered many more that follow the same pattern. He unearthed scores of different brands, but they all had identical sign-up pages, exactly the same wording in their terms and conditions.
You can't tell me they don't know this. Why does it have to take some individual person to do this? Like, and there's feds getting paid for this, bro.
And exactly the same login pages. Alex has then discovered that they all share the same unique code in their design. And
why do you think that is?
Same online deposit page where clients can choose to invest with dollars, pounds, or cryptocurrencies.
EverFX has the same sign-in page and the same code and the same script and the same structure as all these other websites.
Yeah.
So you're 100% sure it's a Milton Group website?
Yes, I'm 100% sure.
Okay, let's look at how many brands are there.
I mean, you can't be 100% sure, but you could be highly sure that it's the same guys, bruh. Yeah? Same dudes.
Total.
Since 2017, if I remember hearing correctly. Because I'm listening very carefully.
152.
Wow.
It's a huge brand network, but are there any other connections? We decided to follow the money. Like me, a lot of people now hand over Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is on a public ledger, which means you can follow where it goes. So it should be simple, but it's not. Because there are thousands and thousands of crypto wallets that channel the money. When I started this journey, I put my money into the brand Coinevo. Victims have been doing this for years, putting money into other brands, including EverFX, the brand that scammed Barry. The money then moves through a complex system of wallets, but ultimately ends up in just a few dozen, we suspect, owned by the people behind the scam. We don't know for sure who owns these wallets, but mapping this network is useful because it shows these brands are linked.
That's crazy. I'm going to make that part too. That was just getting interesting, and I don't want to miss no information. I don't want you to miss no information. I don't want it to bore you. I want to make sure that you don't get video after video. But I was so quiet, so I was trying to take in my brain has to process what I'm actually hearing. These men are doing forex scams, by telling man, hey, yo, send some money, and man would trade for you. I think if I'm hearing correctly. Then they're using a dummy account to try to make people think that they're winning, but they're not winning. But they've already taken their money and gone. Then they tell you in order to get back your money that you lost, send more money. Then if you lose a little bit of money, they say send more money in order to get the money that you still have. Not only that, they say pay you in Bitcoin. And these sums they're talking about is like 300k, 40k, 100k, this. Okay, boom, retirement money this, retirement money that. And when they tell the feds about it, the police, they do nothing. They do nothing because they got more important things to worry about. God knows what, because I always see them doing nothing. So now they got a different country helping out these guys, and they've tracked the Bitcoin wallets down to these few wallets. This is where we're at in terms of the Milton Group. All right. So I know I've got a couple people invested in this. Don't go to the actual documentary. I'm joking. You can if you want to, but you know what I'm saying. Don't actually go. You know what I'm saying. What's part 2 here? You get me? Cause I'm gonna delve right into it, bro. I'm gonna find out all the bits of information. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, show some love to your boy Fresh Prince, Zamunda, and my boy King. We're out. Peace.